So, Antonio Butch, this man who was fourth in the Olympic Games in Beijing, made 4 out of 6 lifts and actually 130 kilos. The weight he's starting on now was the weight he finished on in Beijing, and that is the best we've seen from him for quite a while. And that's a very easy, good start. He was ruled out for the whole of last season by a hamstring problem, and that's a very good start by Butch. Very strong, plenty to come. Good speed, under the bar, drives up. Interesting to see how far he can go. Absolutely spot on in positioning. So, Zulfugar. Butch leads. Zulfugar in 3rd place. This is 2nd attempt. And he's lighter than Butch, so this would put him back into the lead. Or into the lead, I should say. Wasn't only a junior European champion, youth champion in his time. Just held that steady. Be interesting to see that from the side angle. But 130 kilos does the job. And all 3 members of the jury happy with that. Randy, it's one of those first attempts, but it's a good attempt because that equals the weight that he snatched in the Olympic Games in Beijing when he was on his most recent best form.
Notice how he really locked in that left hand, wrapping his thumb on the bar, using his right hand to get that grip set, and good lift.
Actually, I just want to correct that. Actually, he was 133 in the World Championships, and now the first of the Turks coming in. This is Bunyamin Sezer from Ankara, opening up on 131 kilos, as planned. Really good, and he takes the lead with that first attempt. 61 kilos 50, which is a useful body weight to have because he's lighter than Sezer, lighter than Suleimanov, lighter than Butch, lighter than Velichu, and actually lighter than his teammate Bilgin. So Makhvenya of Belarus posted a total of 290. If you like, that's a target figure. Sezer posted 295. Bilgin, defending champion, 300. So they're pretty close together. Twice the runner-up, never the champion of Europe. But on his home stage, very quick. Look at the speed. Terrific acceleration of the bar.
132 kilograms on the bar, please.
Well, Randy, terrific acceleration on the bar here.
Yeah, you know, another example, David, I think of a guy moving as if he's tracking. I mean, he's just going up and down with the weight. There's no extraneous movement, and hometown crowd liked that. That was a sweet, good lift.
Yeah, pinpoint positioning. And this is fascinating now. Sezer, by virtue of lighter body weight, is in the lead ahead of Makhvenya, who's gone into silver medal position, both of them on 131. Suleimanov, who's got 1 lift left, is 130. Bar's gone to 132. So 132. Now this is just a kilo less than he lifted, in fact, in the World Championships in Goyang in Korea in November. Only got 50% of his lifts in on that particular stage, so 3 out of 3 here would already put him in a much brighter position than he was in Korea. Steady again, drives up, and That is 3 out of 3. Pretty sure about that, and 3 white lights come up. Well, this is very encouraging. Well,
big success.
Absolutely, and I was making the point that in the World Championships he only made 3 out of 6. Now he's made 3 out of 3. Really gives himself a chance for the second half.
You know, and he's not Naim Suleymanu's brother, if anyone's curious, but he is Hafiz Suleymanu's brother.
Here comes Erol Bilgin, the defending champion. Incidentally, no relation to Emine Bilgin, who is sidelined on the Turkish women's team. As I explained a little earlier today, if you were with us for the women's 53 kilo competition. This for the lead, 133, first attempt by the defending champion. Good start. So Bilgin's not only fighting the field, he's also Bilgin, I was going to say, Randy, not only fighting the field, but also in a serious competition with his upstart teammate.
Yeah, you know, an interesting thing about his snatching style, we talk about blinding speed a lot of times in the snatch because you do have to move really quickly. There's also an aspect of moving smoothly, and he's a great example of someone who's got the silky smooth movement in his snatch. That's great.
And he's started on the same kilos as he's finished. That's Erol Bilgin. He has the advantage at the moment. Now, Antonio Buch has had only 1 attempt, and 133 would put him just into the lead. He's 61.76 to Erol Bilgin's body weight of 61.78 on the weigh-in 2 hours ago. Very good indeed.
134 kilograms on the bar, please.
Really good aggressive attitude by a lot of these lifters, but very good technique, which is at a premium in this particular discipline of snatch lifting.
Antonio Bucci, Romania, is next. The Macchina goes up, and now Antonio Bucci, Romania, third attempt.
So should be Antonio Bucci at the moment. The bar's gone to 134. Well, under 23 European silver medalist last season. Just talking to the president about this particular lift. He said he's quite a humble guy. If he's got a concern at all, it's the need for aggression. You need to be aggressive. But this young man is naturally quite a humble person. But there's a bit of aggression that would have pleased Hasan Akush, the president of the Turkish Weightlifting Federation, who is, of course, responsible for the World Championships upcoming in September in Antalya. And 135 outright lead there for the younger Turk. Bilgin, though, his teammate only 22, just brings that left foot forward to be in line and be still. So Bunyami Sezer of Turkey, Romania's Antonio Buch, and then Bilgin, defending champion, on 133, bar going to 100, well, staying on 135 for Buch. Interestingly, this would keep him in second place because he's heavier than Sezer of Turkey. But most importantly, it keeps him right there amongst the major contenders. But just makes you wonder whether he couldn't have taken a kilo or so more. But that is way better. 135, that's 5 kilos up on what he achieved in Beijing in the first half of that Olympic competition 2 years ago. New